One night, my wife and I were sleeping, probably dreaming of roasting carrots, but then we were rudely awakened by the horrific smell of rotten food. So I got up and sleepily stumbled around the RV, trying to figure out where the smell was coming from. I barely figured out that it was the gray tank, so I dumped it, and that was enough to reduce but not eliminate the smell. The next morning, I went to work trying to resolve the issue. In my more awakened state, I surmised that in my naivete, I had been dumping a lot of oils, grease, and food particles down the kitchen sink while doing dishes. All of that likely congealed somewhere in the pipes as well as the tank, so that's probably what had gone rank, but it didn't actually explain where the smell was coming from. I used a process of elimination here. The kitchen sink has a P-trap, so gas can't normally escape through here, but if the gray tank was so full that water was escaping through the kitchen sink, then that would be a possibility. This actually happens all the time when one of us is in the shower and we're keeping the gray tank valve closed, so if you had a smelly tank, the smell could escape using this means, but that wasn't the case here. As for the vent stack for the gray tank, that's on the roof, so that didn't make sense either. I followed my nose and it led me here, beneath our bed. What was behind this mystery panel? A sewer clean-out! And as it turned out, this wasn't tightened down all the way, so that's where all the stink was escaping through. This solved the smell situation, but not the problem. I inadvertently created a stink factory that I still had to dismantle, and here's where I devised a strategy. First, I started with an empty gray tank. Then, I boiled some water and sent it down the kitchen sink. The idea was to melt down any grease, gunga, and oils both along the pipes as well as the tank. Afterwards, I took a tank treatment tablet and flushed it down the kitchen sink along with a bunch of hot water. We then used the tank until full like normal and dumped it. Finally, on the day that we were leaving the RV park, I again emptied the gray tank. Then, I poured a cup or two of dishwashing detergent mixed in with 5 to 6 gallons of hot water down the kitchen sink, and we drove the RV to our next destination. Detergent is excellent at dissolving protein, starches, grease, and oils. The detergent, along with the hot water and plentiful agitation caused by driving, would break up any remaining gunga in the tank. Once we arrived, I dumped the gray tank and the gunga was defeated. To summarize, tightening the sewer cleanout plug, performing the tank treatment, and driving around with dish detergent in the gray tank allowed us to go back to having an odor-free life. But the best policy here is knowledge and prevention. To that end, I have a video on how to properly wash dishes in your RV so you don't inadvertently create a stink factory in your gray tank, as well as a video on whether to keep your gray tank valve open or closed. Until next time, thank you for watching.